In today's episode, we unbox Unmatched, Jurassic Park, InGen versus Raptors. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Hey folks, I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
We're the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about
How we game.
That's right. And what we're going to do is unbox this beautiful game of Unmatched, the expansion that triggered my purchase of all the other Unmatched games. I know that I own the Funkoverse games, and I told myself I have to pick one or the other.
Nope.
What happened was... But then when I saw the Jurassic Park InGen miniatures, the Raptor miniatures in this game, I did it. I bought the Jurassic Park one. And then once I got the Jurassic Park one and saw some of the reviews on it, it just kind of turned into this snowball, and I ended up buying all the expansions, which hopefully you've watched us unbox. We're going through all of them except for the Bruce Lee, which I can't find. But if you got... any location or any info on where a brother can get one.
Hot tips.
Yeah, let me know.
Yep.
For less than $50, please. I'm just saying.
Nope.
But, hit me in the inbox.
Let's see what's in this box.
Yep, let's get to it. Unmatched Jurassic Park edition.
All right. Well, at the beginning, they all have the rule book. So just gives you some tips and some pointers on how to play the ones included in this box. Again, this is the InGen. With the InGen minions, what do they call them in this one? The sidekicks in this one.
Sidekicks, right? Sidekicks for...
InGen workers is what they call them in this one. And then you've got the Raptors. The Raptors don't have any workers in this particular one. They tend to just run around.
Well, there's three of them.
Swarm on their own. Yeah. So
they work as a team. And you've seen the Jurassic Park movies. You know how this works.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I know how that ends. So we'll take a look at those minis.
Shoot ha! Shoot ha!
Take a look at the minis here in just a minute. But we got the dials here. So you'll see there's three of the dials here for the Raptors. And then we've got the main for Muldoon. The main InGen employee, InGen worker here. It looks like his health is up to 14. Each of the Raptors, their health is up to 7. As we noted in prior review videos, that the size of the dial corresponds to the amount of health that they have. So the one for Muldoon is about twice the size as the one for each of the Raptors.
And that's where I'm wondering how the balance of the game is going to work out, where they take the Raptors and they're making the Raptors 3 separate characters on their own with 3 separate dials. So normally you would have one main character, and then they would have their sidekicks, and their sidekicks usually have about 1 hit point.
Yeah,
right. Some of them have their own separate dials.
Yep.
But that's 3 characters with 7 health each.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hit points to get through for the opponent. So I'm curious to see how that's going to end up working out.
Yeah, I know they've got some abilities that as they team up, if they're surrounding an opponent, they do extra damage and things like that. So,
Muldoon tells you one of them will distract you.
Yeah.
The other one will circle around you.
Then with the Muldoon, looks like there's some tokens here. I'll just punch one of these out here. They're pretty good, pretty thick quality on the cardboard.
Here we can take it to camera 4.
To the close up here, and we'll go down here a little bit. But
don't forget you can zoom in with that camera.
Yeah, pretty standard size here.
Right here. So grab this big wheel and get it in there.
Ah, there we go. There you go. So it's a pretty standard size cardboard. It's not super flimsy. It's not super thick, but it's good quality. It's got a good finish to it, so it looks like it could stand up to a little moisture or something if there was an accident. But pretty good quality. I like the colors.
So far, they've all punched well, so we're not worried about losing the printed sides.
Right. And then we can go back to the overhead here and just take a quick look at the board. All of these boards are trifold for these two-player expansions. 2-player expansions, yeah, the 2 faction expansions. And so this one is the what is this? Jurassic Park. It says Raptor Paddock. So this is the paddock here you see here where they were keeping the Raptors in the movies.
It's where the crane picks up the cow and hovers it in and
Dumps
drops it in, and you see the plants just
shaking
around.
Yeah,
You can tell I like the theme.
yeah. He's watching a little Jurassic Park, I think. So
And again, what's great about the Unmatched series, and I think I've said it in every video, and I'll continue to say it, is the system for movement and line of sight.
yep,
Using the spots with their designated symbology to tell you what they can move to and what they can attack. Check this out, Robert. In this map, what's cool is there's only being able to move into the inside of the Raptor Paddock.
Right, some one-way pack.
Right, and you cannot jump back out of these pathways, except there's only one way out of the Raptor Paddock.
One entrance and exit.
This is a place where someone can get trapped and surrounded by raptors. I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Definitely thematic. It definitely fits the Raptors and what they're trying to do in the game, surround their opponent and get them trapped in. So.
Right, I mean, and if you're looking up here on the perimeter of the paddock, there's very few spaces that can actually fire into the paddock, right? So if we look here, can fire into the paddock. 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces are able to fire into the paddock. Just these 5 spaces.
Yeah.
So for the most part, these paddock spaces are protected.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a lot of melee going on inside here, just like the Raptors.
Raptor trying to draw them in there for sure.
Exactly.
This particular board does not appear to be double-sided. The other boards that we've looked at were all had different terrain or something different on the other side.
See, every other expansion has been double-sided, but every other expansion has also been 2 different
kind of themes.
Right. Yeah. So like Robin Hood versus Bigfoot, we had the Yukon for Bigfoot side, and we had the Sherwood Forest for Robin Hood side. Being that both teams in this expansion are from Jurassic Park.
Yep.
I still would have liked to see
maybe a different scene from Jurassic Park, maybe a different location from Jurassic Park.
Maybe the kitchen scene,
right?
Yeah. Something with the Raptors having to climb around. I don't know. It's an opportunity missed. Although the backside is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I mean, they took the time to create the Isla Nubla, right? And then they point to you where the Raptor Paddock is, which is beautiful, but.
Yeah,
this could have been another map.
A little wasted space here, it seems like. So,
but with the way the system is created, we're not limited to playing Raptors versus Muldoon.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can use.
We can take the Raptors and go after the Invisible Man.
Right. Yep. You can play them on any different map. We'll come over to the closer up camera here. We'll take a look at the decks. So here's
show me the artwork on that.
The Raptors.
I've been loving the artwork
on that side. So we'll start with the artwork here. So that's the Raptors.
Oh, see, just like a giant turkey.
Yeah, kind of. Looks like some kind of claw, some kind of the foot.
So you were supposed to play along with the movie there, where the kid says it's like a giant turkey, and then
I've seen the movie once or twice, but
wow, get out, get out of my house.
Anyway, here on the other side, we've got the information on the Raptors. They're melee attackers. They've got a move of 3. They don't have anything here for a sidekick again because they don't have sidekicks for the Raptors.
There's just 3 of them.
It's usually what you'd find down here. So they do their numbers here. It says the ability for the Raptors. It says Raptors add 1 to the value of their attack cards for each other Raptor adjacent to the defender. So again, that's where we get to the swarming. They want to surround their opponent and attack the opponent, not one-on-one, but they want to be in a group. So then there's a quick look at some of the artwork from the Raptor cards from their deck. And then we'll take a look here at...
And again, I know we've said it before, but the cards to me are comfortably good quality. I am a sleever. I will sleeve them. But they're still, to me, even if you didn't sleeve, they look like good quality.
Right. They've got round corners. It's a glossy finish. It's almost like a plastic coating on the cards. And so they definitely look like they would hold up to a spill if you had an accident and you didn't sleeve them. But we noted before that the box actually appears also, and we'll get to the insert here in a minute, to allow some space for sleeving. So if you do sleeve them, looks like that was well thought out, a part of the design. Real quick here for the InGen workers, we've got Robert Muldoon. He's a ranged attacker. He's got a move of 3. His ability at the start of your turn, you may place a trap. So we looked at those trap tokens a minute ago. Whenever one of your traps is returned to the box, draw a card. And then Muldoon starts with 8 traps that he's using throughout the game. The InGen workers here down at the bottom, it shows they also are ranged attackers. They all have a health that looks like starting health of 3. And there are 3 of them that are included there. And actually, we go to the close-up camera here. We can get a little closer on the artwork for those. Oh, there we go. A little focus. I'll put the cards here just to get a close-up look, and we'll flip over to the art. Actually, on this particular card is a little different than the rest.
Well, it's got kind of that 90s feel.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, Jurassic Park came out in the 90s.
Maybe that's what they were going for, is that 90s look. I just will say, as opposed to some of the art on the other cards, it's a little lackluster, in my opinion.
I agree.
On that one. Yeah.
You know, when we look at the artistic take of Robin Hood and Bigfoot
yeah.
and all the other characters we've looked at so far today, these are probably the least inspiring set of artwork.
At least exciting. But we can get to the minis, though, and then we take a big change there. Actually, if you want to, do you want to hold those up to the overhead camera?
Well, let's see if we can't get them over here.
Okay.
We'll start with our Raptors.
Here. We'll go sideways
back it out
here
a little bit.
Yeah. But you can see, as has been the case, they have the finish on them, or the paint.
The wash.
The wash. I'm sorry.
So
the wash
doing like a wash on them.
Really brings out.
If you want to hold that up, I'll focus it in.
Yeah, it really brings out some of the detail.
Yeah, get it right there. Look at that.
There we go. So you can see the action there, the claws and the face, and they have the little teeth actually all the way down. I'm just noticing here on the base, each of these bases is a little different. This one's got a
textured bases,
tire track in the mud, which is kind of cool. This one has an indoor. I don't know if that's the indoor or the paddock that's on the base of that one, which is kind of neat. And then this one's got some rocks. It's definitely an outdoor base on it. If you can
look at that leaping. Look at that leaping action there on its tail. He's leaping,
jumping out of the enclosure or whatever. They're attacking his opponent. So very cool.
These models are what triggered my desire to purchase this series.
Yeah, that's very well done. And then we've got
of course Muldoon.
The Muldoon model here.
The clever. You get it closer there. The clever girl shot.
Yeah.
You know, and when he's walking through the forest there, the jungle there, and the clever girl.
Yeah, clever girl. Then he's got there's some, looks like some plant material. So he's definitely in an outside environment there on the base.
When he died.
So is that when he died?
Squeeze, man.
Oh yeah,
that's when he died. We've got to watch Jurassic Park again, my friend. I can't believe you said to me you haven't seen it but a few times. I'm a little surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
But we will play and watch it again so that theme really sticks.
You can do that. You want to show the insert?
Let's talk about the insert. So here we'll come to the overhead shot. Again, the Restoration Games did a great job with the vacuum formed plastic inserts, and by that I mean you've got room for sleeves, you got custom size holes for each character's team, and then the name of the team at the top, so you know where they go. The places for tokens, places for dials, custom formed, places for your sidekicks, miniatures each have their own spots. I mean, this is legit how it's done when it comes to board game production. Yeah. Especially for painters. Right, if you're going to take time to paint your miniatures, you want a nice place to store them. This is going to provide that for you right up front and be able to package that right back into its box. Yeah, it definitely seems to be well thought out. The form fitting here for the Raptors, they all fit nicely into place. So that's definitely going to hold them where they belong. And just the inserts here for putting components and the dials is a really nice touch. So, and even, the traps being rectangular, looks like there's a rectangular spot here to just slip them into. So triangular, I believe.
Right, sorry, triangular.
English is not my first language, but I think I know.
Triangle versus a rectangle? Yeah, triangular. So they fit right in that spot real nicely. So there you go. There you go. Look at that. Dials will fit in just right for each series. I mean, they did a great job with this packaging. So this, my friend, is the unboxing of Unmatched Jurassic Park InGen versus Raptors. I'm Carlos. I'm Rob. Please like and subscribe. Beans and Dice Podcast. We thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. We will see you on the next one. Thanks. Keep on gaming. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.